Hey y'all, it's me, Miss B. We're going to jump right into the notes. So, we are going to be evaluating and simplifying algebraic expressions. So first, let's run through some definitions. I would go ahead and write these down, pause, and then we'll go through each of these definitions. So first, evaluate means to plug it in. So if it says to evaluate something, so evaluate 3x at x equals 2, what that means is plug 2 in for 3. So 3 times 2 is 6. That's all that means. A term is going to be anything that's a number, a variable, or a combination of both. So 3x squared plus 2x plus 1. 3x squared is a term, 2x is a term, and 1 is a term. Next up, we have coefficient. That's going to be the number before a variable. So if we have 3x, the variable, I'm sorry, not the variable, the coefficient is 3. A constant term, otherwise known as a constant, is just the number without a variable. So that could be any number, 2, 27, 348, so on and so forth. Like terms are going to be terms with the same base. They need to have both the same variable and the same degree. So for example, I have 2x and 3x. X is the same variable and the same degree. I could also do 5x squared and 2x squared. Same variable, same degree. If we want to get a little bit more complicated, we have 3st. Let's not do st because it's kind of hard to see. Let's do 3yz squared and 4yz squared. So y has the same variable and degree, and z has the same variable degree, and they're together for both of those terms, so they are alike. Order of operations, you should know this. It's please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, or parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division from left to right, and addition and subtraction from left to right. A variable is a symbol, usually a letter, that represents one or more numbers. Again, you should know that. A numerical expression is a mathematical phrase that contains numbers and operational symbols. So basically, it's an expression with no variables. So that's the key thing, is no variables. So, and don't forget the operational symbols are multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. An algebraic expression is the same thing, but it has variables. Phrase that contains one or more variables is exactly what it's called. All right, so now we're going to just get started with some of these operations. So a plus b, there are lots of ways of saying it listed below that. I'm not going to say all of them, but it's written as a plus b. The operation is, of course, addition. Next up, we have a minus b. This one's a little bit trickier, especially when it says things like b less than a. That's a frequently missed one right there. So that means if we have a and we're less b, then that's a minus b. Those are all mean the same thing there. So make sure you look at those as you're doing these problems. And of course, that's subtraction. A times b is multiplication. Written as a times b. And then a divided by b is division. which would be written as A divided by B. New terms for you might be quotient and ratio. So just keep that in mind as we're doing these problems. You maybe remember this from freshman year, but our examples today are a little bit trickier because this is Algebra 2. So we first are going to add 1/4 to 3 times C. We have to follow our order of operations. So we need to follow PEMDAS when we're doing this. So 3 times C comes first, and then we add 1/4. So 3 times C, and it says to add 1/4. I always put parentheses just to make it clear. Next up, the quotient of 3 and the sum of 2 and B. All right, so we have our quotients 3 and 2 and B. So let's really think about this for a second. My two parts of my quotient are 3 and the sum of 2 and B, so 2 plus B. And then I want the quotient of them. So I'm going to have these two parts, and the quotient of the two would have division in between them. This could also be written as a fraction, 3 over 2 plus B. This next one here is going to be frequently missed because of the verbiage of it. So it says y times the quantity 5 less than x. 5 less than x is the hard part. It does not mean x minus 5. That is incorrect. Oh wait, dang it. It doesn't mean 5 minus x. That is incorrect. That's what a lot of people will do. But what that means is we have x and we want 5 less than x. So that's actually x minus 5. And we're doing y times that quantity. So there is our answer. Do this next one on your own. It says, which algebraic expression models the word phrase 2 times the sum of a and b? So here's our sum of a and b. We want 2 times that. So we're looking for the answer that's 2 times the quantity a plus b, and that is C. All right, that's all for today, folks.